and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to our next video in our Happy Hauntings series, where I am taking the Creative Memories Happy Hauntings paper collection, paper and sticker pack. I've combined it with items from my stash, and I'm going to create videos until I use up the entire pack of paper. So today we're going to move forward with this and make a double page spread. So if you remember from the first video where I put my papers into page kits, this was one of the page kits that I had put together using the purple moon paper, the glitter, the stripes, and a piece of solid cardstock. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to create a double page layout. Let me put the stripe aside, and my idea is to take about a 3-inch piece from here and a 9-inch piece from here, and then lay the black piece down over the top of both of them. Okay, so let's see. Let me go ahead and take a 3-inch cut of here. Now this just happens to be the back side of the purple, so I technically will not cut into this whole piece. For now, I'll put it in our extra pile for our bonus layout. So our bonus layout is just going to be a layout using up all of our scraps. Okay, then our next thing we want to do is cut a 3-inch piece off of the black. The big piece will go over here, the small piece over there. Let me bring in my 13 by 13 inch mats so we can line everything up correctly. And there we go. That's what it'll look like. So I'm going to weld these together on the back sides, and I'm just going to line it up, and I'm going to use some washi tape to weld it together. So as I do this, I'll just put you on fast forward and I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. And if I take the mats out and lay them next to each other, it'll look like the black is just one continuous piece. Now I would like to break up some of this darkness of the black, and that's where I'll bring in the striped paper, and I have to make a decision if I want it to run vertical or horizontal. Okay, so I'm going to cut it going horizontal, and I think what I'm going to do is do about an 8-inch cut. 8 inches. Yeah, I think I'll do an 8 by 8 square. It'll go like that, and then I'll just have a little sliver over here. So to cut that, I'm going to do it by 8 again. Keep those two aside, and then I'm going to give it from this side about an inch. Yep, I just want it to look like the paper is continuing a little bit onto the other side. Then these scraps will be moved on to another layout. Okay, so I'm going to bring my photos in very quickly and just kind of lay them out so you can see what my idea is here. So I just have this is all different things about Halloween in 2016. We built a scary gingerbread house, and we had our pumpkins and carved pumpkins. So this is how my layout's going to be. I need to do some serious trimming of some photos because these I want to be a lot smaller. I'll probably make a row of photos here with these two, have them coming down in a small row, and then the vertical one off to the side right there. So let me trim the photos, adhere the striped paper down, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I've trimmed down all my photos. I got them laid out how I want them on my layout. While I was away, I also decided a few needed to be matted, because over here I just felt like they were getting a little bit lost. So I brought in some more eggplant cardstock to mat these, And then this one I double matted, and this one I double matted with a black mat, and then the eggplant, because I wanted to draw attention to those two photos specifically on the layouts. Before I move on, I wanted to add a little bit more layers to this before I actually adhere things down. The photos are not adhered. I wanted to do a few more things. So over here on this seam right here, I would like to add some kind of border or border strip is what I was thinking, to just kind of cover up that seam and to give me a little more dimension. I'm really wanting to do this orange one. I just don't know how that's going to look with everything else. So let me see here. Let me just pull it off. I'll put it back on if I don't like it. I kind of like that. But then my alternative one was, of course, the moon phases and the stars, because it kind of goes with that one over there. So let's take that one off and see. Okay, so yes, I'm going to go with the moon phases. Does it have a direction? Don't think it does. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that down halfway between the seam, just to give me another layer over there. There, that really did add, and I will stick this one back onto my sticker sheet. I need something right here, something for this photo to rest on. So I'm thinking to bring in a piece of the striped paper that we have here and here. I'm thinking if I can slide it right under both of those and then rest the photo on top of it like that. I was also thinking it needs something, a border here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Bats and Stars border making cartridge. I just need about, what is that, about maybe 5 inches worth. So I'm just going to use this little piece of cardstock, and then I'll just get one border, one small border. Sorry, I know you can't see, but I don't want to, trying to keep it off the layout if I could. Okay, I think that's going to be plenty. Bring in my 12-inch trimmer. I'm going to trim it at 1 inch. And then this one will be cut at a little less than 1 inch. My idea is to put it underneath. Okay, let's see. Oops, I know you can't see that, sorry. There we go. And then to run it right about there. Yep, I'm going to trim off this little bit right there. It's a little too long. There, and I'm going to bring that right underneath our haunted gingerbread house. You don't need to use your border making cartridges the whole way. You can do little pieces of them just to bring in a little bit of texture. Yep, I like that. Okay, so I think that I am ready now to adhere all my photos. So I'll get these all adhered down and I'll be right back. Okay, so everything is adhered down. We're ready to begin embellishing, but I'd like to first bring in some of my washi tape that I had in my kit. Kind of use it like, you know, you're hanging pictures up on a display. So let's see here. I'm trying to pinch off pieces that kind of make sense. So something like this, just to make it look like it's holding it in place. Maybe one over here, holding that one in place. And then maybe one more on the gingerbread house. So let's see here. And that's good, they're opposites. So it says trick or treat, happy Halloween, and then trick or treat again. There we go. And it's funny because it says happy Halloween here. So kind of brings you all the way through the layout. Okay, so let's start our clustering. You know, I like to start with my journaling and my title. I'm thinking my title over here and maybe the journaling right over here. We have lots of room here. And my other option would be down over here, which is not so bad either. So actually let me keep it right there. And then for my clusters, I do want to have one of my biggest clusters right over here because I have a lot of room. I like to have another cluster right up here with my title, and then one right down here, kind of overlapping this bat border that we put, the photo, and my journaling. So right around here. Okay, so let's start with the title. I did see on the sticker sheet, I liked this one called This is Halloween. I think that's perfect for this Halloween, that kids were getting a little bit older, not trick-or-treating. So they stayed home and built this haunted gingerbread house. So I think that's pretty appropriate for this Halloween. So, but what I want to do is I want to build it up onto some mats. So I want to first put it onto a piece of scrap cardstock and just kind of, you know, build it up from there. Get my trimmer. Okay, there we go. So that'll be the title. Maybe I'll pop that up onto some foam tape. Not sure yet. Okay, so for here, I cut out a couple of scallops. I just felt like I wanted to use a scallop on this for some reason. So I kind of want it to tuck under here and barely touch the washi tape right there. I made one on black, but now I'm seeing it's purple is the better choice because I have the eggplant, and then eggplant over here. So maybe, oh, that might be too big. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do here. So for here, I'm thinking on these foamy sticker sheets that I pulled in from my stash, there's this moon, which I thought would be perfect. It's black, it's glittery. I have a couple stars here as well. So we'll do something like that over on that side. And then I really want to incorporate one of these bats, and maybe it'll be flying up from our title. Let's pull in the sticker sheets from the collection. Okay, so over here, I want to again use a little jack-o'-lantern. I like the purple pumpkin. Not sure he'll blend in a lot with the purple tag, so I shouldn't do that. Okay, there we go. I love that. I love that. It's barely touching my washi tape. Let's see if it needs anything else that we can add around. I feel like it needs something coming out the side there, so I might come back to that. Okay, let me bring in my tray of embellishments and see what we have here. So I'm not feeling like any of the puffy stickers are gonna work, or my dimensional elements, so I'm gonna just look at these flatter items here. I do have a black one of these, and I'm thinking it would look good layered up over here. I feel like this one just needs to come out a little bit more, and yeah, I think that looks pretty good right there. I think I'm good with that cluster for now. Let's come over here to the journaling spot, because I have this black, it's a piece of black Creative Memories lined paper, and I thought, you know what, I think I'm gonna like that better down here for my journaling. I think that's gonna be good right there. Now for the actual embellishment cluster, I need something flat, I think. And I have these older stickers here that I think will probably work out perfectly. I do like this one right there. And then I like this black witch's hat. It's just a piece of acrylic. It's not a button or anything. Maybe if I layer that up kind of over the top of this bag. I like that. And then this is the sticker sheet that we got these stars off of. I'm thinking maybe take one off of these. Let's see. Here's a small one. Maybe if I could bring down the hat a little or over. I don't know if you can see that on the screen very well, but it looks really good in person. So, okay, so I'm liking this area. I like this area. Let's work with our title. So I was building up the title. I added it onto some white cardstock, but now I need something else. I really do need to have something else in there. I like to have a base. I need a base, and if I had any other Halloween journaling cards would be perfect for this, you know, something to give it a base. So what I'm thinking is to bring my spider web punch back in, and let me push this up a bit, a piece of black cardstock. Okay, so I played around with this punch, and I made a couple different designs. So I know I could probably make a smaller one. So I'm going to do a 4-inch cut, and then I'm going to do it by probably 2.5. Let's see. Yep, I'm going to use that as my base. So let's give this a shot. So I'm using a 4x2, and I'm just going to punch out and create my own base for my title cluster. So since this is a small piece, I need it to fit into my punch. Then I'm going to bring in a sticky note as a guide. So if you've never done this before, since my paper's short and I still want to match it up to the black line in the front, just put a little sticky note at the bottom, and you're just using it as a guide so that you know when it's at the back of your punch where it aligns to the front. So you'll see that now I know at least it's aligned perfectly. Then punch, continue just as normal. And now I want to turn it around. So I take my sticky note off, I align it to the edge of the other side of the paper, and I repeat the process. Line it up, make sure it's flush. Okay. Let's bring this back in. Okay, and now I've kind of made my own embellishment cluster base out of the spider webs. Okay, so now I've just created, it's almost like using a doily, but I used spider webs since that's the theme of my kit, and I had that punch handy, so why not, right? So my idea is this: lay it flat, and then I can probably put it like that. If I wanted a little more dimension, I could even pop that up onto some foam tape. So I think I'm actually going to do that. Pop it up onto some foam tape, and let's see. There, and I have intentionally touched the web to my tape so that it all kind of is interconnected. And there we go. I will adhere these down, especially this acrylic piece. I'll use some wet glue. That wraps up this layout and another video in our Happy Haunting series. If you are enjoying this series, I would greatly appreciate a thumbs up just to let YouTube know that you're enjoying my content and help to spread it to other scrappy friends. And I thank you for that. I really do appreciate it when you do that. I'm not going to show a recap of all the layouts until the very end, and then I'll come back and do a layout share of all the ones that we've completed with this Happy Hauntings collection. So until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.